Why resilience investments are hard to justify until they're not. Hi, I'm Tony Gray. In strategy discussions at board meetings, cybersecurity, IT resilience, and operational risk are almost always on the agenda. But even when everyone agrees they matter, investing in resilience often feels like a tough sell. Why? Because the outcomes are invisible when they work and painfully obvious when they don't. If you invest in a new product, there's a forecast. If you invest in sales, there's a pipeline. But if you invest in failover infrastructure or backup modernization, the best case scenario is nothing happened. That makes resilience hard to justify with traditional ROI models, especially when budgets are tight and growth is at top of mind. This tension shows up clearly in the boardroom. Boards are asking smart, strategic questions. Are we prepared for a major disruption? Can we recover key operations quickly? What's our exposure to systems outages or ransomware? But those questions often don't lead to action, not because the answers are good, but because the cost of preparation feels optional until a crisis hits. Let's look at a real-world example. An infrastructure leader recommends investing in a failover data center or multi-region cloud deployment. The cost? High six-figure. The executive team asks, when's the last time we needed that? The answer? Hopefully never. It's a rational question, but it's the wrong lens, because the value isn't in frequency, it's in consequence. When ransomware struck in this company without a resilient failover in place, warehouses paused, orders backlogged, trucks were grounded, they lost 6 days of operations and over $12 million in revenue and penalties. After the fact, the CFO put it plainly, we had the numbers, we just didn't treat them like risk exposure. That's the disconnect. Resilience is rarely prioritized in strategy because the financial impact is modeled in probability, not consequence. But from the board's perspective, the real question isn't how likely is it to happen, it's can we survive it when it does? Here's another example. A mid-sized healthcare provider moved to a cloud-based EHR platform, but chose to skip geographic redundancy to cut costs. When a regional outage hit their cloud provider, they were offline for 14 hours. Patients had to be rescheduled, some procedures were canceled. After that, no one asked whether multi-region failover was worth it. The takeaway isn't that every investment should be approved. Resilience still needs to be prioritized like anything else, but the conversation needs to evolve. So how should executives think differently about resilience investments? First, stop treating resiliency as insurance and start framing it as a strategic enabler. Recovery speed protects revenue, customer experience, and shareholder confidence. If you can't recover quickly, your growth strategy is at risk no matter how well it's funded. Second, tie resilience to real-world business impact. What's the hourly cost of downtime for critical systems? What contractual penalties kick in after 12 or 24 hours offline? What operational workflows collapse without access to cloud-based identity or data platform? These are the numbers that boards understand. They shift the conversation from technology spending to enterprise risk tolerance. Third, focused on what's already been deferred. Every company has known weak spots, legacy systems, single points of failure, old infrastructure that's on the list but never makes the cut. Those are the risks that compound. And when they fail, they don't fail in isolation. They pull operations, finance, legal, and customer trust down with them. So here's the shift. Don't ask, what's the ROI of resilience? Ask, what's the downside of inaction? What's the delay worth when the cost of recovery is measured in days, dollars, and reputation? Because the companies that build resistance into their strategy aren't just avoiding disaster. They're building confidence. Confidence to scale, confidence to modernize, confidence to recover. Faster than their competitors when things go wrong. Because when the business is down, it's not an IT problem. It's a business problem, and one that was avoidable. Good hunting.